as you know, it is my first Qatar Economic Forum, and I've got to say I'm very impressed at the breadth and the depth of the panels that are going to take place the next couple of days. You've got to think, though, that geopolitics are going to be high on the agenda.
It is. And what you can see behind us is no reflection of what this is going to look like in about an hour.
It's very early.
You're not going to be able to move, and I have to say that unless you're here, it's really hard to get a sense of the scale of the event. And they're not here for the sunshine, although maybe some of them are. They're basically here because Qatar has become one of the global centres of power. So you've seen over the last several months the Prime Minister, who's going to be on stage fairly shortly. You've seen his face just about everywhere. He's been deeply involved, and the country's been deeply involved in negotiations between Israel and Hamas. But beyond that, they've been involved in so many different geopolitical issues. You know, and you think about the size of the country, the size of the population, they punch way above their weight.
Yeah, well, also the U.S. military base being here as well. So the geopolitical perspective is going to be interesting. And, of course, John Micklethwaite will be sitting down with President Duda. So something to think about there, not just particular to the region, but broader Ukraine, Russia as well. One other theme, obviously, that's going to come up, I'm moderating a panel later about reshaping Middle Eastern economies. And you talk about the power, the geopolitical power that many of these countries play, but also you have to think about their economic clout as well, and just how many deals are going on here and how many business executives are flying in to have conversations about funding, investment opportunities. And I think that's also going to be a big thing that comes up as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the two M's. So mediation, number one, they're really good at that, but it's money. And the money is being deployed on a scale that I think we've never seen. So if you think about what's happened to the world of finance, basically this region is starting to become one of the central bankers of the world, in effect. So they're involved in everything. They're doing deals in technology, in healthcare, in sports. That's going to be another big theme for us this year. And fundamentally, it's drawing business in from everywhere. So yes, the energy companies are going to be here, the Exxons and the Totals and so on and so forth. But beyond that, you're getting all the bankers are coming here. The hedge funds are moving here, to the region. And it is becoming a centre of power. And it is going to influence really what happens in the world of finance over the next couple of years. You know, the effect is profound. The change in money flows is profound. And that's why we're going to have, whatever it is, more than 1,000 of those leaders show up here to talk to each other.
It's going to be absolutely fascinating to that point. I've also got a panel about tourism and what Saudi and Qatar are doing to attract more tourism. Qatar, obviously, post-World Cup, it's a big question. I did mention President Duda was going to be here, and we are also keeping an eye on developments in Russia, Ukraine. Secretary of State, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has just landed in Ukraine. We've got to keep an eye on the situation there with the Russia counteroffensive once building up, momentum again. What is the purpose of Secretary of State Blinken's trip right now? I
mean, I think more than anything else, it's a PR job, and I don't mean to diminish the importance of that visit by saying that. He's not coming with anything concrete, but he's there really, I think, to show support. So we saw that huge new package come out of the US. That's going to take some time to feed into the battleground. Now, the US officials are saying some of that equipment is already arriving. But the reality is it's going to take several weeks for it to get there. In the meantime, they need to hold the line. So you've seen this big new offensive in the north aimed at Kharkiv. Now, I don't think that's going to necessarily make its way there anytime soon. But again, it's about shoring up that support, making it clear to the Ukrainians that we are here, we're on your side, we've got your back.